Okay, so you want to drive for Uber in Chicago and make some good money. Well, this video is about helping you understand the ins and outs of driving for Uber in Chicago and navigating through the streets and different venues so you can make the maximum amount of money. So let's dig right in. Where to drive. From Lakeview to River North and Hyde Park to the Loop. Maximize your earnings by driving in areas with the most requests. Learn about Chicago hotspots, navigation tips, airports, and more. Suggested times and places to drive. These are the hotspots. Busy on weekdays between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. McCormick Place, Loop, River North. On the weekends between 5 p.m. and 3 a.m. Chinatown, Pilsen, Millenium Park, River North, and other busy areas also. Wicker Park, Lakeview, Hyde Park, Evanston, and Old Town. Now, let's talk about navigating through the city. Chicago can be confusing. Many streets have upper and lower levels, and there are alleys all over the city that appear in navigation apps. Top driver partners recommend driving around the city to familiarize yourself with the area. Here are a few tips to make the drive smoother. If your rider is requesting from a lower street level, such as Lower Wacker Drive, or an alley, call or text the rider to confirm their location. Provide 5-star service by asking your riders if they have a preferred route. Look out for no stopping zones. Be cautious of bikers and avoid driving in the bike lanes. City designated pickup locations. Traffic around Chicago can be difficult to navigate. This is why the city of Chicago has designated locations where rideshare partners can pick up riders. Make sure to display all of your city of Chicago required documents to avoid possible citations. These are the required documents. Chauffeur license on the driver's side dashboard, the Uber emblem on the passenger side of the front windshield, Chicago trade dress in the passenger side of your rear windshield, Uber vehicle inspection, Uber ID, Razor insurance, waybill. Here are some of the popular venues. Navy Pier. Instructions for the drivers. There are dedicated pickup locations at Navy Pier. Riders will be directed to wait at these locations when they request a ride in the Uber Rider app. Dropping off the riders. When dropping off riders in Navy Pier, follow the signs to the designated rideshare areas for a smoother trip. How to navigate Navy Pier. And when picking up or dropping off riders, use these City of Chicago designated locations. Ohio Street, curbside, west, curbside, central, parking circle, east, parking circle. McCormick Place, another location. Same thing goes for the instructions for the driver and dropping off the riders. Where to pick up at McCormick Place. Good places are, which are designated locations through the city of Chicago: Indiana Avenue, curbside; Hyatt Regency, outside lobby; McCormick Square, traffic circle; Lakeside Building, door 38, level 2. Wrigley Field. Same thing goes for the instructions for drivers and the drop-off tips. Let's talk about how to navigate Wrigley Field. When picking up or dropping off riders, following these instructions for using the designated Uber areas. Pickup location 1, Irving Park between Clark and Seminary. Location number 2, Clark facing south between Roscoe and School Aldine. Let's talk about Soldier Field. Same thing goes for the instructions for drivers and the drop-off tips. How to navigate Soldier Field. When picking up or dropping off riders, follow these instructions for using the designated Uber area. Riders will be instructed to head north of the stadium and meet you off of Balboa Avenue. It's always a good idea to confirm your exact location with your rider on game days. Guaranteed rate field. Same thing goes for instructions for drivers. Using the Uber rideshare zone. Uber has teamed up with the White Sox to make an easy fan pickup and drop-off experience at guaranteed rate field this 2017 season. There is a designated zone for all pickups and drop-offs in Lot A. You must also display all of your City of Chicago required documents to avoid possible citations. How do you navigate the rate field? Please head to the dedicated Uber rideshare zone in Lot A for all rider pickups and drop-offs and follow these pro tips. For the quickest access to Wentworth Avenue and Lot A, use either 31st or 33rd Street. The lot is open before and during games and will close an hour after they end. To access the lot, exit the highway at 31st Street. Alright, now let's talk about the airport pickups. Yes, you can pick up people from the airport. Whether they are on an early morning flight or late night red-eye, riders request Uber on demand at ORD and MDW at all hours of the day, 365 days a year. Make sure you know about the dedicated Uber pickup locations before you head to the airport to pick up riders. So basically saying do a drive-by or a dry run just so you'll know what's going on and where to pick people up and where to drop them off. Familiarize yourself with the airport and the zones. Airport basics. Before picking up riders at any of the Chicago airports, partners must read the guidelines on this page to become familiar with the airport rules and complete the quiz below. O'Hare, that's ORD. Drivers on the Uber platform can pick up and drop off passengers at O'Hare Airport. You need not be in a certain spot to receive a request. Be sure to check out our airport guidelines. Pickup at ORD. How pickup requests work. To receive a trip request at ORD, O'Hare, you need to be in the designated staging lot, where you'll be placed in line to receive a pickup request from the airport. To access the staging lot at Jawa Entry Roadway, follow these directions. Go south on Manningham, proceed to the Balmoral exit on the right, continue around the curve to Balmoral Avenue. The lot is on the left. Here's how it works. You'll be placed in line for the next pickup. Pickups work on a first in, first out basis. Once you receive a trip request, accept the trip and pick up your rider on the departure levels for terminals 1, 2, and 3, and the arrivals level at terminal 5. Make sure you are in the designated rideshare area. If the airport is crowded, consider contacting your rider to confirm the exact location. The Uber staging lot at O'Hare. Uber partners may wait for ride requests in the designated staging lot only. You will not receive an airport request outside of this lot. To get to the lot, set your designation to the O'Hare rideshare staging area in your preferred navigation app. Enter the lot on Jawa Entry Roadway, right off Balmoral Avenue. Keep in mind that the lot is first in, first out. Upon entering the staging line, you will be placed in line for the next trip request. If you leave the staging lot or turn off your app, you will be placed at the back of the line. Staging at terminals or elsewhere on airport property is prohibited by the City of Chicago and may result in a citation. Use the Kennedy Expressway to get to the designated O'Hare pickup areas. Designated pickup areas at O'Hare. Uber users at O'Hare Airport who request rides will be instructed to meet you at one of 3 locations depending on which terminal they arrive through. For domestic flights coming into Terminal 1, 2, or 3, they will be directed to the rideshare area between Terminals 1 and 2 or between Terminals 2 and 3 of the departure levels. These are marked on the map by A and B. For international flights, you'll meet in the arrival areas of Terminal 5 as marked by C on the map. Now let's talk about Midway Airport. Drivers on the Uber platform can pick up or drop off passengers at Midway International Airport. You need to be in a certain spot to receive a request. Be sure to check out the guidelines. Instructions for drivers. Pick up at Midway. How pickup requests work. To receive a trip request at Midway, you need to be in the dedicated staging lot where you'll be placed in line to receive a pickup request from the airport. Here's how it works. Enter the staging lot at 7101 South Cicero Avenue. You'll be placed in line for the next pickup. Pickups work in first in, first out basis. Once you receive a trip request, accept the trip and pick up your rider on the arrivals level at the designated area. In the center lane outside of door 4, you'll see signs for rideshare. If the airport is crowded, consider contacting your rider to confirm their exact locations. Uber staging lot at Midway. Uber partners may wait for ride requests in the designated staging lot only. You will not receive an airport request outside of this lot. You can enter the staging lot at 7101 South Cicero Avenue. The lot is first in, first out. Upon entering the staging lot, you'll be placed in line for the next trip request. If you leave the staging lot or turn off your Uber driver app, you'll be placed back in the back of the line. Staging at terminals or elsewhere on airport property is prohibited by the City of Chicago and may result in a citation. Now, let's take a look at something. I'm going to show you a quick video of actually how the airport pickups and drop-offs work.
Uber Chicago rideshare partners can pick up arriving passengers from O'Hare and Midway airports. In order to complete pickups, partners must follow the rules and guidelines laid out by the City of Chicago. Before accepting a trip, ensure that you complete a pre-trip checklist. First, is your city tax emblem in your Uber signage properly displayed on your vehicle? The airport signage goes on the passenger side rear window, while the Uber U goes on the passenger side front window. Make sure your city emblem is on the passenger side dashboard and your completed vehicle inspection documents are in your glove box. Make sure there's enough room in your trunk. Riders will have luggage with them and want to ensure they have a place to store it for their trip. At O'Hare Airport, to receive a trip request, partners must be staged in the dedicated rideshare lot located at Jawa Entry. When a partner's vehicle pulls into the lot, they enter the Uber queue. That means that the partner who has been in the lot the longest will receive the next trip request. Your location in the lot does not impact who receives the next request. When it is your turn in line, you will receive a trip request. If you do not accept the trip, you will lose your place in line and go to the end. The trip request and navigation screen will show you which pickup location your rider is located at. However, it is best practice to call and confirm their location. All domestic pickups at O'Hare airports occur upstairs on the departures level. Pickups at Terminal 5 for international travelers occur downstairs on the arrivals level. When picking up a rider, ensure that you are using the dedicated rideshare lanes. These are between Terminals 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 at O'Hare. Greet your Uber rider and confirm their name. A 5-star trip can include you helping them with their luggage and entering your vehicle. Uber rideshare pickups at Midway Airport follow the same staging process as O'Hare. The staging lot is at 7101 South Cicero Avenue. The designated pickup location is on the departures level outside door UL-1, which is on the top floor. Please pull up all the way to the front of the pickup area and meet your riders curbside. Whether you're starting your day or just drop someone off, your Uber riders are waiting at the Chicago airports.
And that's how you do it. So what you want to do right now to get started, becoming a driver for Uber, you can come right over to cashmoneydrivers.com. Well, you're already there, and just click on sign up here and go through the process to get signed up and get started making that money. And welcome to the team.